To the guy in my bedroom. I'm a female, and at the time of this, I was 23 years old and a student. I was living alone in a small apartment complex not too far away from my school. I've never liked living alone. I was also afraid of the dark, but I always felt safe in my little apartment. It only had one way to get in, and you needed to unlock 2 doors to get inside. The main door to the building and the door to my apartment. I also used to have a few lights on, even at night, and my laptop was usually playing some movie until I fell asleep. I always locked my door, except this one time. One weekend, I was out drinking with my friends, and when I was going back home, I ended up sharing a taxi with a random guy that was going to the same area as me. We both jumped out of the taxi outside my place and talked for a little while. He was about the same age as me and said he was also a student. He walked me to my front door, we said goodnight, and I went inside. Maybe a month later, I decided to stay home that weekend. I was just watching some shows in bed until I fell asleep. Suddenly, I woke up to a voice. I couldn't really hear what the voice was saying, but I could hear it was a man talking. I opened my eyes, and I saw a shadow standing in the doorway to my bedroom. I froze. I couldn't scream, I just kept staring at the figure. He stopped talking, and I asked quietly, "Who are you?" He took a step closer and whispered, "Don't you remember me?" He was clearly drunk, but I suddenly realized it was the same guy I shared a taxi with a little bit ago. I felt some weird feeling of relief that I recognized him, but at the same time, I was horrified. I didn't want to provoke him, so I just asked him calmly what he was doing here. He responded with, "I was thinking about you. I turned off your lights and closed your laptop." He smiled. I kept looking at him. I was still in bed, and I asked him how he got into my building. He said that he had been ringing my doorbell, but I didn't open, so he tried my neighbor's doorbell, and someone opened up for him. He also went into my neighbor's apartment, but realized it wasn't mine. He then looked around for a bit and saw my name on a door and went inside. I think he could see the fear in my eyes. He turned around and said, "I think I should go." He stumbled out, and I went after him. Right before he left, he said, "You should really lock your door." I shut the door in his face and locked it. Afterwards, I went back to bed and cried. I didn't sleep for the rest of the night. I never called the police, but I told my friends the next day. After this incident, the following months, someone would ring my doorbell every now and then in the middle of the night. I would get an anxiety attack every time. I never opened, but I had a feeling it could be him. I never saw the guy again. From this day, I always double check that I have the door locked, and I have also removed my name from the door. I'm so relieved nothing awful happened that night.